Hey guys, Jarek here. Going to be doing some more Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This time we're doing some team deathmatch on the map Standoff, and I'm going to be using the LMG, the LSW. This is a lot of people's favorite LMG in the game, and it definitely works. It's definitely very effective. So the setup I have is using the wildcard primary gunfighter. The attachments I'm using is a quick draw handle, because you desperately need that on LMGs, a foregrip to have less recoil, and a laser, which is almost also desperately needed on LMGs in this game. So LMGs work a little bit differently in this Call of Duty than they have in previous Call of Duties, just because the way Treyarch did this Call of Duty is that they made all the maps very small. They try to make everything fast-paced, so the maps are up close, and SMGs are going to be very dominant over a gun that takes a long time to aim. Even though it's very accurate, it doesn't matter when you're up close to them. So you basically need to have more accurate hip firing or something to make it basically walk faster while you're aiming down the sight, which there are also attachments for that. I believe it is a not a collapsible stock, but an extendable stock to make it do that, which doesn't make a lot of sense on a lot of the guns. So you get a extendable stock for a KSG. Explain how that makes sense. It's desperately needed on the KSG, but it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, my setup with the LMG, the way I prefer to play with these, since you do need to aim faster, or at least get on target faster, because, you know, 80% of the confrontations you have with people in Black Ops 2 is going to be straight up in their face. Like I said, you need a laser sight for more accurate hip firing, because if you don't have that, you're not gonna hit shit when you're hip firing with the LMGs in this game. And you need something to aim faster down the sight. The foregrip is just something that helps for longer ranges in those few smaller, rare occasions, and it definitely does help. The biggest problem I have with this LMG is that the muzzle flash is so big that it makes it harder to see what you're shooting at when they're farther away. Once you get past like the first 3 shots, if you don't kill them within the first like burst, you might lose them and just be like, where'd they go? And then they shoot you and you die. So that's a common issue, so you might want to put a scope on it, maybe replace the foregrip with a scope. That might help. But other than that, you can use this setup and be pretty effective. I don't know how that guy didn't die. Alright, now this, oh, that was some pretty heavy bullshit right there. This game in general I'm not too impressed with. I went 25-7. I had another game where I went 20-8, and honestly for some reason the 20-8 game felt like I was playing better than the one where I went 25-7. I didn't get all my kill streaks. I did get a Dragonfire, but overall I'm just not very impressed with this game, and I might end up re-recording it. Don't plan on this being the last game you see of this LMG. I do plan on having a better game with it, but I thought this was decent enough to upload, so I hope everyone at least somewhat enjoys it. And that was some pretty twitchy aiming right there. So, this map. Let's talk about this map a little bit. Standoff is a map that I actually really like. It's one of the few maps where it has a good variation between long range, close range, and medium range, and really you can use any of the guns successfully. It reminds me a lot of a Call of Duty 4 map. It's definitely one of the better, more balanced maps in the game. I definitely would not mind seeing this map come back in future Call of Duty games. Maybe I'm giving it a little bit too much praise, but I think it has more to do with the fact that so many maps are just so small and so bad in this game that when a map is at least decent, it feels god tier. It feels like the most amazing thing you're gonna play on. This map does commonly get voted to. People seem to like it. I gotta think, my favorite maps in this game, aside from this one, you know, I have mixed feelings about some of the maps. Say, for instance, Drone. If you didn't notice, Drone is actually a remake of the old Call of Duty 4 map Pipeline, but very, very shrunk down. And I feel indifferent about it because where most of the fights actually happen is it's about medium range, but there are some decent close range. It's one of those things where you have every different range you can really find, and pretty much use anything in the game pretty effectively. I've also found LMGs to work pretty well there as well. And that was I thought they were supposed to get rid of the knife lunge, but hey, I guess that worked to my advantage, and it canceled my reload, and it was successful. So. Look at that, 1 kill away from getting a Dragonfire. I don't even think I was 1 kill away from getting a Dragonfire. I think that was like 25 points away. I do like how they changed it to score streaks. A little bit of a hint. If you have a suppressed gun, shoot every like shock charge or bouncing Betty you see. And, oh, here I am walking into the spawn. Well, I'm fucked. I got a few kills before I died, though. But yeah, shoot every shock charge and bouncing Betty you see if you have a suppressor. Because you will get an extra points, and if you shoot, I believe it's either bouncing betties or shock charges where you get 50 points out of. You shoot 2 of those, and that's an extra kill. That can definitely help towards getting your next score streak. So if you play this game basically to get kill streaks, then use the oh, look at that corner camper. Then basically shoot those. Now, like I said, do this only if you have a suppressor, because obviously if you do it without a suppressor, then everyone's like, oh, there he is, shoot him. Even if you do shoot it with a suppressor, that is a amazing way to set up traps. People will set those down, and usually it's fairly predictable as to where they are. They'll put a shock charge next to, say, the bottom of a... Oh, I don't know how I survived this. that explosion was super close. But they'll put a shock charge at the bottom of some stairs, and, you know, obviously they're going to be camping in the room at the very top of the stairs. Shoot it, and they're going to run down the stairs or jump out the window to figure out, hey, who shot my shock charge? So, yeah, it's a good way to set up a trap. It usually works almost every single time. So I believe here, I go on a little bit of a run, and I probably could have had a better game, but the issue is I ran out of time, so I had to use the kill streak I currently had. And I didn't die while I was using the kill streak, so there was a good chance I could have got all my kill streaks. The kill streaks I'm using are a Dragonfire. Oh, how was that an assist? I'm using a Dragonfire and Stealth Chopper and I believe a VTOL. Not entirely sure. But yeah, I could have gotten all of them. This is a pretty decent setup if you like these somewhat higher kill streaks. The reason being is that all of these kill streaks are about 1 kill away from each other. Dragonfire's 9 kills, or I think it's like 925 points, something like that. And I get a lot of assists, so that's pretty much around 7 or 8 kills for me. And then 1 more kill and you'll get a Stealth Chopper. Get 1 or 2 more kills, depending on how many points you have, and you'll get the next one. So it's fairly easy to get all 3 of them in succession if you were having a good game. If you're not having a good game, chances are you probably won't even get a Dragonfire. Whoops, sorry teammate. But yeah, it's definitely a good setup. Now, something I'm not a big fan of when it comes to Black Ops 2, I don't know what they did, but it feels like they fucked up the aiming. I wish there was a few more settings or a slider bar to control my sensitivity, because my sensitivity seems to be right in between 5 and 6. 5 is too slow, 6 is too quick, and you'll see me switch back and forth a lot. I can never get a perfect... I can't get a perfect in between, which is really, really annoying. There needs to be like a 5.5, you know, make it a slider bar. Anyway, we're coming up to the end of this game. I ended up getting the last kill. It's always kind of confusing when you get the last kill with the Dragonfire, because it just explodes instantly, and you kind of don't know if you got the victory or whatnot until it shows up. But, kind of a, not very impressive last kill. I didn't even think I actually killed him. I thought the game just ended. Someone else got the kill, but hey, I got the last kill on, I think, 1 hit marker. So yeah, there you go. I went 25 and 7. Okay game. Be looking towards more games using this LMG. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.